right. Is it recording? Is it recording? Yeah, it's recording. All right. Wait, why that music ain't playing? Oh.
I don't know why I'm drinking pre-workout at midnight, but it is what it is.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, this is, shit.
It's actually salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum. It's your boy Flex got the water. It's currently midnight. He's up drinking pre-workout. I just got done working out like 30 minutes ago. But what's going on? This is my boy Brandon, also known as Push Up Proof.
Sir.
So pretty much, we're here to discuss a few things, like what got us into working out, what keeps us motivated, supplements, and things that might help you in that nature. But I'll let Brandon introduce himself before we get into our segment.
Yes, sir. Salam alaikum. Push Up Prue here. We're going to teach you how to be a content creator and what got us to where we are now. Because I'll tell you now, I used to be overweight and not where I'm at now. So it's pretty wild, actually. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned.
I would definitely say the same thing. Like, I was definitely not as muscular as I am right now, like a few years ago. But we can go ahead and get into that. So, like, you could tell your story. You've told me your story before, but a lot of people may not know, like, what got you into becoming push-up proof. Like, what made you want to keep working out and making content?
Yeah, absolutely. It all started in high school, tearing my ACL in 2017. But leading up to all those years, I was overweight, eating bad. I literally had no one taught me anything about like the different foods, what's in the food. So I kind of learned the hard way. But going in the senior year, I lost 80-something pounds. I was the captain of the football team. And then I was playing 7v7 football, and it all ended right there, ACL tear. And I was on the sidelines for my entire senior year. But I came back that next spring, and freaking worked hard, learned how to go on the keto diet, and I was just shredded. And came back for lacrosse season, and that's what put me into college. I was a walk-on, so I had to like prove myself. I was not on scholarship, no money, just solo going into college, and it all worked out in my favor right there. But
What was it like being like a walk-on? Like, how did all that go?
shit, I was scared shitless, actually. Like, everybody was like already committed. Like, they were nasty lacrosse players. I'm just this guy with a ACL brace on my leg, can't even run that well. And I just like pushed myself, sprinted as fast as I could every time. I had 2 days to prove myself in the process of becoming a player on the team. And luckily it all worked out, but that was like a most stressful time, I would say.
So, like, what all they had you doing? Like, you said you had 2 days to prove yourself? Like,
Yeah, pretty much just like scrimmages against the whole team. Like, they just split up the teams, and then the coaches will watch you. And
like no playbook, just straight raw dogging it.
And I'll be honest, I was a different position in high school. If anybody knows lacrosse, short stick, that's what I was in high school. And the coach emailed me, and he was like, the only way that you have a chance of playing for this college, you need to be the long stick, D pole. And so I just grabbed the fucking, sorry for my language, long pole, and I was just sprinting and picking up the ball, and I didn't even care how long, like, that pole is so much, I think it's like 6 foot, and I'm 5'7" over here, so you can only imagine. But I just went ham and was on my dieting and stayed strong, always in the weight room. I came back on an ACL tear 4 months. Everyone kept telling me 1 year, wasn't going to make it, and here I am. 2017, we won the national championship. That was crazy time.
Y'all just made the Hall of Fame, too.
Yeah, we just made the Hall of Fame. I could have had 2 rings, but I decided to go the military route right after the championship, which was even crazier. Woke up in a dorm room after a party, and I was like, you know what? I'm 19. I'm going to go try to do military.
So now you're
Crazy time, but we're good.
Shoot, we here now. And now you got 300,000 followers, 2024, 7 years later.
Yes, not even gonna lie, I had like 40,000 followers last year. Like it just took off. I was watching a bunch of other famous people doing calisthenics. I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. I didn't think I would ever be that, like at all. But I decided to make my pretty much own workout, the Impossible Core Challenge that you'll see on my Instagram. But I just thought that was, I don't know. The followers just came with it. I didn't really think much about it. People probably thought I was buying followers or whatever, but that shit is all real. I had like 3 videos that went over 10 million. Super cool. Luckily, it did happen. I mean, I like it. I think it's pretty cool to show other people all over the world, especially being a Marine right now. I think it's cool that everybody can see like what we do and like what we do on the side of the military. It's not just what you see on the news. So I think that's good.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man. So, with me, what got me into working out besides joining the Marines was just like you, I played football, track in high school. So a lot of people, when I tell them this, like they don't believe it, but I didn't start at all, like in football in high school. And like when people see how athletic I am, like now, and compared to like 18-year-old me and like 17, 16, 15-year-old me, it's like it shocks them. So I didn't start at all because like like I had amazing footwork, but I was always small. Like I was like 135 to like 145 pounds. Like I was always small. And even like my whole life, I had always been like extremely skinny. Like I have a little cousin, she always calls me Sticks, and that's also like a reason like that motivated me because like you have this little 6-year-old telling you Sticks. Like imagine you're like 18 and you're playing football, and like your little cousin who doesn't know anything about it said like you're extremely skinny. So that was another thing that motivated me. I'll tell about that.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like all you in high school right now, people calling you small, literally just go do everything on your own right now. Don't worry about other people. Don't worry about girlfriends. Or if you're a girl, like don't worry about boyfriends. Like all that will come. Just I'm telling you, work on yourself now. Let people talk because that shit is literally motivation for you. I'm telling you, let them talk. You want people to talk about you. Like I got called fat all the time. I still walked in with donuts, Pop-Tarts, and I ate that shit in front of them. Did not care. Like you want people to talk about you.
Because I'm telling you, that shit motivates. Like as much as people say like bullying is bad, but sometimes that I feel like it's necessary because like I feel like if I wasn't like told that, I probably wouldn't even be like where I'm at now. Oh shit.
Yeah.
But you would definitely. So with me, obviously I played football and like being 140, like playing football, being small can like really make a complete difference. So you got to factor in most high school athletes are like like the good ones. Don't even have to be the good ones, but like if you want to get out there and make an impact, you got to at least be like 160, 170, 175 to be out there and really make an impact.
Like I don't really watch, and I don't really have like a team in NFL. But if you guys watch the New England Patriots, if you guys remember Julian Edelman, super small guy, but he made a huge difference. Like that's just something. That's one example. I'm sure other NFL teams have the same, but like made a huge difference. Did not care how small he was. He bullied other people that were bigger than him. Yeah. That's what we're getting at right now. Like,
yeah, and obviously I think I was like 150, 145, trying to keep that weight like my senior year. Like I said, I still didn't start, but it was still kind of hard because like people literally can just push you around. Like you got these 180 pound, 190 pound guys, and like they're pushing you around. But this is what really like not even just like not starting in high school, but it was something that happened to me at practice one time that stuck with me for like the rest of my life. And we were at practice one day, and we're practicing. I played like free safety and like DB. So obviously the O-line, like the dude we were going up against, like that did this to me, he was like 180, 190, and like I'm trying to make the tackle, and he's obviously a left tackle. He's old lineman. He's my boy. He's still playing football right now. He already know who he is, but I like at first when I look back on it, I laugh about it, but now I look at it like this is actually I'm glad it happened because it wouldn't have made me who I am today. But we were practicing, and I know they did like an outside zone play, and I'll never forget it. The running back at that time, he ran out, and I was trying to make the tackle, and like this 180-pound dude literally just stiff armed me one time, and like I went flying, and like it was so bad that like my cleat like went over to like another side of the field. It was the most embarrassing like moment I've ever had in like any sports thing, and from that point on, like I think that was like the week before like our last game that I knew at that time because we made the playoffs my senior year. At that point and like at our last game, I realized like I told myself I would never ever in my life get pushed like that again. Like if you're gonna push me like that, you're gonna earn that shit. Yeah. But like he did it with such ease. Like I'm actually kind of glad. Like if he does watch, I'm actually kind of glad he did do that. But that's like things that kept me going. Like so, I obviously had no offers outside of high school besides like these small schools and stuff. But I just say like, nah. So then I tell people how I even ended up in this position now, it's because of pretty much I went to the recruiter. Like he didn't have to come find me. I found him. Like he would literally tell you what happened. I was like, hey man, I walked in the Marine recruiting office. I said, hey, listen, I don't care what you trying to lie to me about. I don't care. I know what I want. I told him I want like some type of logistical or supply job. I just told him like, bro, you ain't got to lie to me. Just give me what I want to get me out of like my city or where I'm from. Like a lot of people, I tell people from my hometown still like, get out of Shreveport, Louisiana. That's where I'm from. I tell people to get out of there because it's nothing for, I would say like Black African American men there. It's nothing there for you. You're not going to succeed there. You can, but it's just extremely hard. Yeah. And I just knew like, okay, I had to make a decision. Like I come from a poor background. I didn't have money for college. My parents definitely didn't have the money for college. So I said, I'm going to join the Marines. And that's when I started like putting on weight because like, you know, they make us eat. They make us eat them PB&Js. They make us do all type of wild stuff in boot camp. And
I think military should be mandatory for Americans. Other countries do it. I think it's good for professionalism, leadership, and just holding yourself. Like, come on now. Like, I think everybody that has gone through, I would say, Marine Corps boot camp. I mean, I'm not crapping on the other branches, but I think the Marine Corps really sets you up well at the beginning. Yeah. They really just instill it in you right away. I know I'm sounding a little boot right now, but I'm telling you, after the 3 months and doing your fleet time, 4 years, 5 years, whatever, like you actually learn how to speak to people, talk to people, network. It doesn't have to be in the military; it can be outside. I think it's just a great way because, like, coming straight out of college, yeah, you have a degree, and you probably are smarter than the Marines, but can you talk? Can you speak to people? Like can you network? Can you I don't know. Pretty much
it's literally staff NCOs that I know cannot do public speaking and like you will meet like obviously like he said, just because you have a degree doesn't it means like yeah, you have a degree, but does it really make you smarter or better at public speaking? Because I've seen officers in the fleet that literally, not even officers, just staff NCOs that generally cannot do public speaking. Like, I don't think people understand how important that is. Like, if you're going to want, like, these big positions or these high earning jobs, you got to know how to speak to people. I think that's extremely important.
Yes, you can do all the math in the world. You can write 5-paragraph essays, all that stuff. But public speaking, networking is literally everything. We do that now overseas, speaking to people. They may not even speak English, but it's the way you hold yourself. They can see that. People that don't even speak your language can see how you hold yourself, and they respect you. But a college kid, like coming straight out of college and not even like making eye contact with the person that he's trying to talk to, like that's really important. But yeah, even like handshakes, like right away, Like when you're meeting someone, like look them in the eyes and freaking firm handshake. Like
Yeah,
those are
like,
two mandatory things.
yeah, I wouldn't say like the mandatory part. I do agree on like I don't think it should be mandatory, but I do think that as like everyone, I'm not even just saying, but like especially as men, I think you should definitely do the military at least once, just so you like have that experience and like that sort of this because I have never met anyone that's like I even Marines who I know have had like a bad experience in the Marine Corps, they still would say like they don't regret their decision. They may not have enjoyed their time, but they all do say that it did help them become like better people, disciplined, and like some of them they carry what they learned in the Marines, like time management, long-term planning, like the things they teach us to do on our own. So I will say that part has benefited me because like I can tell you before I joined, I was like, I tell people all the time, like, if 18-year-old me saw me now, because, like, first off, like, I'm tatted up now. Like, literally, he would probably be shocked. He'd be like, I did not know I would turn into this. Like, I went from when I first got, like, through boot camp, MOS school, MCT, all the basic level training, I was 145 to 150, I believe I was. But all I know is when I first got to Japan, I worked out, I woke up this is another thing that I think like is extremely important when it comes to like motivating and working out is that the early bird gets the worm. In the fleet, I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I have friends that would literally just be like, Harris, you are tripping. Like I'm waking up at 4 in the morning to go work out. Even before PT, I would be working out. And like they would be tripped out about that. Like
There's nothing better than seeing the sun rise at 4 a.m.,
in
5
Japan.
a.m., and you are out there, cold weather, right before the sun pops up. Everyone's still sleeping. You're getting an early start, and you pretty much have already accomplished what most people can't do.
Yeah. And in boot camp, if people do go to boot camp, they make us wake up at 4 in the morning. And I was so used to that. And like finally being able to have that freedom, because I don't know how it was for y'all MOS school. I know if you went to Camp Johnson, like you couldn't work out in the morning. You were better off working out in the evening, but sometimes you wouldn't even have time because like you got to think a fresh 18 or 19-year-old, you haven't met, you haven't socialized. You're trying to mainly go out, which I do kind of get on myself about that, but we were still in student level, so I didn't know any better. But when I finally got to Japan and had that freedom, when I was hitting the gym at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I think in a span of 6 months, I put on 25 pounds of muscle. Like my mom didn't recognize me, my sister didn't recognize, none of my family recognized me. But you want to know the funny part about all that stuff? My little cousin still calls me Sticks to this day. Like I love her, but like that shit's still funny. But it motivates me. It's like no matter what to her, like I'ma always be small. Like I done put up all this muscle and she still be like, hey Sticks. Like I love that little girl, but
For all you young guys that are watching this, if I had any advice, do not listen to TikTok or the news or whatever towards the military and get your advice on
Yeah.
if you should join or not. It's completely different than what they are telling you.
yeah.
It is actually really chill here.
I tell people that all the time because like especially in like the black community, um, the bad thing that the black community has is that they don't like us joining the military. Like they say like, oh, you're gonna go out there and die, but I might even get hate for saying this, but mostly like the people I grew up around. I have a friend I grew up with. He's serving a life sentence in jail. I watched one dude. I should like just take that back. It's two of them serving a life sentence in jail, and like they both out here killing each other. Like I'm from one of the most that was at the time like a few years ago one of the top 10 most dangerous cities in the United States. Like I have seen classmates die. When I was in high school, we had like two people get shot, and I don't get how like the black community they always say, oh, they're gonna send you out to the desert and die. And the main thing I always make that argument is y'all would rather your son die to street violence than his country. Like I know like it's bad either way, but think about it. I think that most black African American men and women, you that grew up in like the same type of areas that I grew up in, you have a better chance at surviving in the military than you do in like the streets. Like I grew up where like people literally got shot checking their mailbox. Like you would have nothing to do with the situation. Like our situation was so bad that like my dad and my uncles like they had to like do like a truce. I don't even know how it goes, but I know my dad had like street respect or street cred where like all the like the gangs that like lived on the same street as like my grandmother, they literally told them like, hey, listen, y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do, and I can't stop you. But I'm telling you this right now. Don't bring any of that energy around my grandmother's house. And they did that. But the main thing I always try to tell people is that the black community, they always say our sons and daughters are gonna go out there and die. But your sons and daughters are dying more at home, getting shot in situations that don't even have anything to do with them. Where like I grew up in that same area. I haven't been shot at. Like we're in a combat MO. I wouldn't even say combat MOS, but like we're in like a MOS where like shit can pop off like that in just a matter of a second. And I think people need to be more open-minded with the military, and I do agree. Like, stop letting like the news, TikTok, Instagram tell you about social media. Ask people who are actually in the military right now serving that can tell you what it's actually like. Because the main thing was like when I first tried to join the Marines, like everyone didn't agree with me. No one agreed with me. I would say the only person that really, really supported my decision was my mother. Like she was the only one. She made sure I got to all the pulley events and everything. Like I had my dad, my uncle, I had all of them telling me, like, oh, don't join, don't do all this. Because like you said, they're going off the news. They're going off of TikTok. They're going off of what they're hearing. But like I have homeboys who were in already that like graduated in like 2019 telling me like, hey, bro, this shit is lit. And I haven't looked back since. And that's one thing I will say to like younger folks or teenagers or people in high school. Stop letting what other people think or what the news or TikTok tell you. Actually ask people who are in the military who can tell you what it's like.
Like, I bet everybody sees the news right now and they think, oh, Russian people are bad. All the stuff that they're doing. Okay, what are they doing? Because we're pretty close. We're pretty close. We're friends.
Right here.
We're friends with everybody over here.
Indeed. I would say like Russian.
They're super chill. They want to come to America, but the
Exactly.
news would never tell you that.
That's one thing I do say is like we're in like a post-Soviet country and like the people here are pretty cool. Like I like this country. I have no bad relations with anyone here. I've made some of like the best friends I've ever made here.
And none of y'all will know what this country is. It's unknown. You will
Literally,
not know you do not know this country.
I literally didn't know about this place till like they told me I had like, hey, you're going here, and I'm like,
But it's cool. It's cool. You could stay in the States, enjoy your state for the rest of your life. If you don't want to see countries you've never heard of, it's cool. I'm not gonna say anything. But I haven't been back to the States in 2 years. Imagine that.
facts.
Imagine that. I like overseas. It's nice. It's actually really nice.
I tell you, my sister, she was in the Army, and she's the one that put me on to like overseas stuff. She told me, she was like, Jalen, when you go overseas, you're not gonna want to go back. And I'm telling you, I don't want to. Like, I have like a girl, she's Thai. I have like all to say, like, you even got like a girl that's not American. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you got girls, you got way more experiences, opportunities. I learned how to DJ in Japan. Like, I've learned how to DJ in Japan and here. Like, the way that they DJ in other countries, the way they party in other countries, like in America, you got to worry about a club getting shot up. You go to these other countries, you literally just sit in there and chill, dance the whole night. You ain't got to worry about shit popping off. Like, that feeling of security makes me feel so good. And like, the most that has ever happened overseas in a club that has happened is mainly just like people fighting. But I mean, like, if two people are just scuffing it out, then like no one else gets hurt, cool. Like, people still go back to partying. In Japan, that happened a lot, but people just went right back to partying.
Shit, I came from Africa. I bet no one even knows. They probably just think animals, desert, or whatever. It's not like that. They're having clubs. They're having a great time. I was there for over 2 years. This place is great. Everyone likes Americans. They want to meet you. But no one will ever know that. The news won't show you. All you're thinking is animals. That's all you think of in the States because you don't go out of your shell. Yeah. You're going to stay in the States. maybe after this podcast, hearing this, you might join.
Hearing it, seeing it, like I think the main thing is like even with the Marines, everyone has this stigma about us, like, oh, they're crazy. They're the first to the fight. Yeah, we are the first to the fight, but like we get out in like 6 months. Like we're not there that long. But most of the time we're like avoiding situations if we have to. But I feel like the main thing, I ain't even gonna say I think that like the news and like all these people try to portray, especially like if you haven't served in the military, I feel like you shouldn't be telling like, oh, don't join. Like, especially if you haven't served, 'cause like, how are you gonna tell me what I shouldn't do if you haven't even experienced it? And I think like that's another thing that like the military and like the Marines offer. Like you actually have that overseas experience.
It's kind of funny. I get a lot of people that have only been in for one contract 4 years and they get out, and then they say how bad the military is. Those are the ones that probably didn't work as hard in the military, and they probably didn't even rank up that fast. So now they're all sad, soy boy, like, all right, see ya, peace.
Yeah.
We've been in over 5 years.
I've only been in like 3.
Well, 3.
I got married. Yes, I got meritorious.
I'm already past 6 years.
Indeed, I haven't even been in a full 4 years. I've already re-enlisted. But yeah, most people, I said, yeah, the ones who usually said like a bad review, like honestly, like no disrespect to like what they experienced. Maybe they did have a bad time. I do have friends and homeboys who have gotten out after 4 years, and they pretty much have told me their experiences, saying like it was just bad. Like recently, I have a homeboy that got out like I believe a year ago. He's currently in North Carolina or South Carolina. He's in one of those, but pretty much he found out that he was outdoing everyone in his job. And if you don't know, the Marine Corps' promotion system has this thing called JPAS. His JPAS marks are what allows him to get promoted and ups his score. According to what was told and what he presented to me, and from what I can agree was kind of a messed up situation, was he was outdoing everyone in his shop. However, he was the only African-American Marine there. Everyone else he worked with was of Caucasian or a different descent. So he outdid everything. Like he had it on paper. He had everything showing like, I outdo everyone in this unit. Why am I not getting promoted? And why are my JPAS marks lower? And pretty much he requested mass. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty much a long story short. If you feel like you've been mistreated or feel like something isn't right or something isn't making sense and you feel like it can't be handled at a certain level, then you want to go like, hey, I want to take it to somebody who can instantly fix this, like a commanding general, even the commandant. Like, but if it goes to the commandant, that's kind of crazy. But that's what he did, and I don't know. Let's say all the thing he told me was pretty much like within like 2 weeks, he pretty much got out medically. They had to get him out, and pretty much he's living life, man. He has like 2 kids. They play football, and like one of the best people I've ever met. I also have a homeboy, got out after 4 years. Like I said, these are people like they said like they got out for like legitimate reasons. My homeboy, he's from Las Vegas. He works in Las Vegas still right now, but he got offered like $65K to be like a supervisor for a nightclub in Las Vegas. But he got out because he just said like, hey man, like I got a better job offer. I feel like I can do better. I'm like, and I respect that. Like, hey, people still do what they want to do. But I do say you should watch out for the ones who always say like, oh, the Marine Corps messed me over 4 years. Don't get me wrong. No disrespect to anyone who did actually get messed over. But sometimes like you got to dig deep, or sometimes I'm not telling you what you should do, is try to find people that know that person. They can tell you what they were actually like. And then, yeah.
Hey, man, going back to, like, the sports and stuff, when you first start the military, sorry, the beginning ranks, same exact thing. Like, you're going to get, I can't say the word I want to, but you're going to get talked down to, you're going to get beat up. I can't say that either, but you're not going to get beat up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to get put down, and they're going to build you back up.
Yeah, in boot camp, they do that, man.
It sucks, the beginning ranks, but this is how they mold you. But some people don't get it. And once they're done, or not done, but pretty much once they make it to corporal rank, past all the junior ranks, their time is up in the military. And then those are people that get out, and then they just shit on the military. and that's what a bunch of people in high school like hear. Because I don't know, maybe they become famous on social media, and then they freaking do that. Don't listen to them.
Yeah, because
Like it is hard when you're junior ranked, but I'm telling you, I'm sure you hear it all the time. It gets easier. Yes, it does.
yeah, it does. It was pretty much boot camp was wild. That was like boot camp. They describe boot camp as like one of the funniest places where you can't laugh. Like it was funny, it was brutal, but they got the idea of what they wanted. They broke us down. They built us back up. But the only thing I don't understand is like people will join fraternities and get paid to get like that same thing done to them. But
I did so many push-ups in boot camp because people wouldn't freaking put the toilet seat back up.
man, imagine, man.
I had to do push-ups because toilet seat wasn't down. That's crazy. Push-up Prue over here.
Man, I remember I got IT because someone else in another company, not even another company like the previous cycle, he had a seizure. And my EDI, if you don't know what that is, I think it's like elder drill instructor or something. Or like he's like second under the senior drill instructor. He was like, Harris, we had a kid have a seizure last cycle. So you know what that means, right? And I'm like, no, like obviously I'm screaming like you know what I actually said, but I'm like, no, sir. And then he's like, well, you weren't there to stop it, so we're gonna IT you just because of that. Like you will get IT for some of the wildest stuff. I think that was the funniest thing I ever got IT.
Don't be scared of boot camp just because you watch a YouTube video. I was scared shitless too, watching dang YouTube video of everybody getting off the bus, screaming all that crap. It's actually kind of a funny time for 3 months.
Yeah, that was like the funniest. I met some of the best people there. Like most of them either got NJP'd or got kicked out, but they're cool people.
You see people saluting with broomsticks, wrong hand, their covers off, their boots untied. Like it's actually a funny time.
It is. It's hilarious.
I had to spray naked dudes with a spray bottle and
wild.
soap.
That's a wild statement.
And they had
That's a wild statement.
They had to circle their way into the showers.
Man, I know people that didn't know how to shower. Like, there were people who real life did not know how to shower. Like, they didn't know how to shave. Like, man, some people would smell like 10 pounds of like bounce that ass.
So
man.
you have to request to use the bathroom. But this one dude had to take a shit so bad. We were all standing at attention, all quiet, and all you hear is some dude dropping a deuce. Who the fuck?
Yeah, he just stopped everything. Bro, that shit was funny. Oh, my God. But, yeah, I would say get your own opinions of things, man. Like, actually ask the people who are in the military. But we can move on from that. But, like, with your content creating, like you said, what motivated, you've already touched on it a little bit, but, like, what else motivated you to, like, keep content creating?
Yeah, I was actually in Japan 2020. And we were just sitting in our rooms. Crazy times, by the way. Hopefully that never happens again. I don't think it was real, but
That was a wild time, man.
I had to get a shot forced on me, but we do that anyway in the military, so who cares? Yeah, I got a camera that Christmas, and then I just decided to make videos again because I freaking watched a lot of famous people on Instagram, and I was like, all right, let's give it a shot. So I got a tripod. I was one of those guys walking in the gym with the tripod, but yeah, I was jumping on top of the pull-up bars. I was falling off and crap. Like, I did not look good at all, but it's the embarrassment, like we talked about earlier. You want to be embarrassed. I'm telling you. Like, I guarantee you I got, so many people probably was like, who is this guy? What is he doing? I was doing flying push-ups. I must have looked like a dang cockroach. I don't know.
Like you want that character development because like I'm telling you that shit that you're just gonna make you mad in that moment. Like with the way the dude pushed me down and my cleat went fly, I was pissed. And like you need that because you're gonna remember you're gonna remember that feeling and you're gonna be like, I'm never gonna feel like this again. I refuse to feel like that.
It's literally embarrassing. I mean, at first I thought it was embarrassing, like the whole starting the muscle ups, because like most of my workouts all start with the muscle up just to get on top of the bar, and I definitely looked like ass trying to do like chicken wing and even you could Harris, he's doing chicken wing right now.
Yeah.
I don't say anything because that used to be me, chicken wing. But now I got like I've been doing it for like what 2 to 3 years now. Like it just it just comes with consistency. But
I would definitely say with like also I just started like started back my content creating. I started in Japan as well, but obviously because between training, all the training I was doing around the time it was time for me to leave Japan, I had to like stop a little bit. But like right now I'm at like 1,300 followers almost. But the main thing he said is like you're gonna feel stupid when you do it. Like I do talking videos, I do workout videos, I do chicken wings, and it's like I know that like people are probably looking at me like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
and those are the videos that will come back later that he can use to show his progress.
yes,
Everyone loves progress. Overweight people, they use like their overweight pictures and then they show their transformation. Like I love seeing that, especially with workouts.
yeah.
He can show the chicken wing, and then 2 years down the road, who knows? He'll be flawless with it.
Yeah, exactly. And like even with like I do talking videos about or I like to yap a lot. I do a lot of talking videos where I give my controversial opinions about things. Some people may like it, some people may not. But it's a lot of things that motivate me with it. It's like with obviously I know that like to some people he's like, dude, what are you talking about? You sound like every other dude. You that's doing all this stuff and it's like I'm making all this you're not even getting that many views or likes, but it's like when I look at like people like Kai Cenat, Steph is cold, all these men who are like big now, they started somewhere. Like they kept going like Steph is cold. He's like one of my biggest like role models who I try to idolize. I wouldn't say idolize, but like try to play my life into how he lives his. Like he started off with, I know he started off like we call him like box like what do we like in Japan we call them like box cars. Like pretty much like your starter cars. Like it's not the best, but like you got to start somewhere. He always tells that story about like how he started, and he pretty much I apply it to like content creating. Like yeah, you're gonna start off shitty. You're not gonna have the best camera. You're not gonna get the most views. To Instagram, TikTok, whatever you want to use to push your information, YouTube may not push your stuff as quick. But if you're consistent, eventually, like who knows what would happen in like 2 years. 2 years from now, I'll probably be like one of the biggest like controversial yappers or whatever you want to call it in like 2 years. And then I'm gonna go back to when I first started back here being like, dang, like I'm glad I kept doing it. And like that's the motivation that keeps me going. Like, okay, I may not be at like 10,000 followers. I may not be at 5,000. Shit, I'm not even at 2,000. And it's like, but it's that thought of like, okay, I can keep doing this. Like I can keep moving. And like even like you motivate, it's like you showed me like when you had like 40K and you went to 300K in like a year. Like it shows that it's possible. Like it is possible.
I'm telling you, you will look weird at the beginning. I'm thankful that I was in California. This actually plays a role in where I'm at now. But I looked weird in all the gyms doing my workouts, trying to be like some of the famous people, like doing the flying push-ups. I was just practicing over and over again. And I probably looked really weird to people, but I think another thing that helped me, I always tagged famous people in my videos. And every once in a while, I would have one reposted on their story, and maybe one of them liked my video. That's all I needed. And yes, I had like 1,000 views. That's about it, or less. And I think over time, again, thankful for being in California because I would go to the LA Fit Expo. That's kind of where it started. I met so many famous people for fitness content, and they actually saw me face to face. And I remember them telling me, one of them, they're like, "You're gonna be big one of these days. Just stay consistent." Yeah. So I just kept making videos, and all it takes is one viral video. I had one viral video on TikTok, and that hit 3 million likes and 20 million views. Instagram, same video that hit 20 million views on Instagram as well. So all it takes is one viral video, and people are gonna recognize you. Algorithm is gonna recognize you as someone that a lot of people want to see. They like your stuff. And it's all about sharing, shareable content. If you have a video and you post it and people share it, The algorithm's gonna recognize that, and they are gonna wait for you to post, and they're gonna be like, all right, let's see what the first batch of people do. Are they gonna share this? Are they gonna comment? Um, the algorithm looks at that stuff like within the first 10, 15 minutes on Instagram. That's what the algorithm wants to see. They want to see, is someone putting this on their story right away? Are they commenting right away? Those are the biggest ones. Liking, yeah, whatever. Um, but my views, my goal is like over 10K views every time. And I've never thought I'd be at this level, but it's actually finally happening. Obviously, being overseas is a little bit more difficult because they freaking all the policies towards like the music that we listen to in the States. Um, yeah, just country rules that are a little bit more difficult over here, which I don't think I can hit like 1 million views anymore, but we'll get there.
Yeah, I'd say you do it once, you can do it again. But yeah, I would say with me, it was mainly obviously like so I'm just starting back, and like obviously no one's gonna. It's like they always say, people don't want to support you till like you get big. Like everybody's gonna know you. It's like no one knows you when you start, but everybody knows you when you make it. Like you don't have cousins. You're gonna have like I wouldn't even be surprised if I blow up all of a sudden. Like I got Mexican and Poland cousins all of a sudden. Like no, I don't know any of you.
I mean, I know I have high school friends on here, but I didn't have any. I didn't have any friends really in high school. It was mostly like the football team and a few like groups in the high school, but I wasn't part of the popular group. But now, like, shoot, I don't really follow any of them anyway, but I'm sure they see my stuff. It's not a big deal for me. College was pretty big for me. Lots of friends there. Military is huge, though. Spent most of my time meeting a lot of people in the military for these 6 years that I've been in. But yeah.
I agree with that. It's like me. It's like I know some of my high school classmates still follow me. Some I don't follow back. It's like high school is over. Like the shit's over with. But it's definitely There's one thing I was told is that people will always watch you but never support you. Like there are gonna be people who see your content. They're gonna be like, okay, I see him, but do I want to support him? Yeah, like let's see where this goes. And like those are the people like you kind of want around.
Hey, you always got haters
Yeah, man,
looking
you gonna
at
have
yourself.
people that's gonna be like, oh, I remember this. But it's like when you have that confidence within yourself to like be like, you know what, like
I'm always looking at my stories to see who's looking at it, but they
straight
don't.
up, bro.
But they don't follow me. That's crazy.
Yeah, like it's like when I do my yapping videos, like you'd be surprised how many people be under it, and I'd be like, these people don't even follow me. Like, why are you under it if you're not gonna follow me?
It's always funny to see who.
Yeah, and like some people, some people see it, and they just not gonna do anything about it. But that's all good. That's all good. Hey man, it's like all I gotta say is like I'm the type like if like I tell people if 18-year-olds saw how confident I was now, he'd just be shocked. He'd be like, bro, I literally have called my shots. I said I give it like a year or two and I'll probably be big. Like I wanna get off this program and like I wanna go back to like the States and people are like, oh, I know who Flex got thrown. Oh yeah, I know this guy. I'm like, yeah, I know this guy. I want that. But then it's like another part of these like, I'm gonna go back and I'm like, I don't know who any of you are, like, but I'm not gonna treat them like any differently. Like
I'm telling y'all, a big thing with social media is find your niche. What works for you? What do you like? What are you gonna do to influence people? You can influence one person. Doesn't have to be over 1,000, 100,000. Literally one person. Are you gonna be losing weight, workout, just regular pictures around the world? It can be anything. Food. What's your niche? What are you gonna do to influence others or help others?
Indeed,
What
like-
what will it be?
everybody's
Mine,
trying to find something.
I'd say push-ups is, or what I started was mostly just entertainment and like something funny. I would always do like crazy workouts and then I would have someone's reaction in the background, like laughing or whatever, just something funny. But
Yeah, that's cool because it's like, yeah, you always got to find something. Like, find what motivates you to keep going. Like, I know sometimes, like, you're going to have slow progress, but Kai Cenat, he said it in, like, the best way possible. Slow progress is better than no progress. It's better to be making some progress than to not be making progress at all. Because, like, there are gonna be days where like I don't feel like working out. There are gonna be days I'll be like I don't feel like making a video. But those are the days when you like really need to do it because like it puts that discipline in you, and then it helps you later on down the line. Like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep doing this. Like, I know it sucks. I know I'm not getting the views I want, but I'm still gonna keep going. And when people start seeing that, they're gonna be like, okay, this guy's not getting what he wants, but he's still gonna keep going. I think like I wouldn't even say a toxic trait, but a trait that my dad put into me was that once you start something, you gotta finish it. Like you gotta keep going. Like I know with this content creating, like I would say if you're gonna step into this, you can't stop. Like you got to keep going. Like if you stop for even a brief moment, you're gonna lose that motivation. And I think that was my biggest mistake with like I wouldn't say mistake, but with training and everything, when that little 6-month period where I didn't post anything because of like all the training I was doing, it made it kind of hard, but it's cool though.
If you're trying to lose weight, take the damn pictures. Literally take pictures every morning. Weigh yourself. See every day. You will weigh less every morning. That's just how the body is. And it's good for you to see. Mentally, it's good to see that your weight's going down every time you wake up.
Yeah.
Shoot. If you're overweight, take the shirt off. Look in the mirror.
Straight up, man.
Look where you're
be
at.
real with yourself.
Change your diet. I'm telling you, within 3 months, you're gonna be like, damn. Just keep seeing yourself over and over again.
Straight up, man. Like
That's what you want.
Like you want all of that. You got to like even with me, I think I do have pictures of me. Oh my God. He just came. Oh, sorry, but someone just came in. They were like, "What are you doing?" Yeah. But yeah, even like that, like he just came in. Like it's funny, but like he lives with us. But it's like it's funny though. Like he sees us doing it because like it's funny to see it doing, and like even you build those relations.
Shalom alaikum, my brother.
Pretty much. but real shit though, real shit. Yeah, so like even with me, I have pictures of when I show people how skinny I was like in high school to now, and see how big and like tatted them up. Like something else I'm gonna tell y'all, tattoos. If you work out, tattoos could look so amazing on you. Like I'll stand up, like literally, like if you like look at that. If you have muscle, that makes you look good too. But I feel like even with tattoos and it has it. But I have pictures of myself when I was like skinny as shit. And like I look at myself now and I literally don't even recognize myself. When I went home, because I didn't take like boot leave because I said COVID boot camp. When I finally took leave to go back home, literally like none of like my family recognized it. They were like, there's no way. Like I grew up going to church every Sunday. And like literally I go back to church and like literally like my church members are like, God damn, like Jalen is that you?
I showed Harris a picture of a girl I used to date in middle school. I was like, damn.
Yeah, bro, you
what am I doing? Oh yeah, that's another thing with the military. They hook you up with some nice haircuts.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna change yourself.
Don't go to the PX though. Don't go there.
You get that medium fade?
Hell no.
Man.
Oh man.
Let me talk about girls real quick. You want a girl, all right? You don't have a girl in high school? Dress blues. Put on the dress blues once a year, and a girl will go crazy for you.
I'm telling you, put it on once a year. Ask her to go to the date, and put some muscle on too. You might get more than that, but
Shoot, my girl saw me in dress blues. She's like, damn.
Dude, my girl literally, she's always begging. She's like, ooh, let me see a picture of you in uniform. Like, no, like you have like 50 of them already, But yeah, that's another thing. And the one thing I will say about like our uniforms, if you are in shape, the uniforms could look so amazing on you. Especially like the dress boot, like Deltas, Charlies, especially like the Deltas. Like if you get the sleeves fitted to like your arm, that shit could look so good.
Let's talk about how to get girls, actually. How do you get girls? That's the real question. Do you talk to them right away? Or do you make eye contact, walk away, and you wait for them to come back? What's the answer? Do you go up to them? I know everyone says that's the professional answer. You go up to them, shake their hand, ask for their number. But I don't think that's the right answer. I think you look at them, make sure they see you, and then you walk away. Be the alpha. Let them come back. Let's see if they come back. That eye contact is everything, just like I was talking about earlier. Make the eye contact with the girl. Go walk away. Go do something. Go work out. See if they follow you. That's how you know if you. But he's the hair Riz.
Harry, man, I ain't gonna count. My methods are kind of crazy. I tell you, I got a plan for everything. But usually, I will say what is helping me get like women. Like I say, I'm in a relationship now, but what helped me get my girl, it's like, so I asked her like a couple of days ago, like what like stood out. She was like, well, you were in shape. You came up to me confidently, like. I wasn't weird about it. I think some of y'all come off way too weird.
Hey, what happens when a guy that's in shape walks in a room full of people
that aren't in shape? I'm telling, bro, you stick out like a sore thumb and like tattoos. And she was like, well, you were muscular, you were in shape. It's like you walk in. I don't like how you say, establish that you the alpha.
I'm telling you, you make a presence in a room. You got jawline, muscles. Whatever.
God, man, like I don't care what nobody says.
You're gonna make a presence in that room. Any girl, even if the girl is with a boyfriend, she is gonna have thoughts. And I know girls have thoughts, even if they're dating a boy.
Oh yeah, man.
I know.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you from an experience. It didn't happen to me, but let's just say I was on the other side of it. If you aren't in shape, best believe your girl is looking at somebody that is. Like, as much as dudes be like, man, I don't want to work out at 4 a.m. Like, bro, you got the dudes who are.
Think about it. You have a beautiful woman with a guy that's overweight.
Oof,
but he has money. But
money
then
only takes you so far.
then a guy strong walks in the room, muscular. She's already having thoughts.
Indeed, man.
But she's still thinking about that guy's money, but he's overweight.
Indeed.
So he's getting played, actually.
Bro, I'm
and he's losing his money.
It's always the motherfuckers that got money.
But sometimes you might have a lady that's loyal. Maybe she generally likes the guy that's overweight with money. Those are the good ones.
Women always looking, bro. They always looking. Like.
But I can't remember what book it was, but it says a girl always has looks, thoughts. Bro. Always looking.
Like if. I'm not saying, like, I don't want to sound like a red pill person, but there is one thing I do agree with that, is that women, they are going to look, if you, like you said, jack, six-pack, well-defined muscles, and you got tattoo, bro, your girl is looking. She is looking. Like, if you ain't in that gym, if you want to sit your fat ass on the couch, eating Cheetos, drinking Coca-Cola, and you just think, oh, I'm a super provider, my girl has everything, I'm out of shape, but I'm not working out. Bro, I'm telling you right now, your girl is looking at the dude she's telling you not to worry about. Because I've been the dude that women have told men not to worry about. And I'm telling you from experience, you need to be worried about, like, if you are not working out, bro, you are doing a disservice to your relationship. Like, I truly believe you cannot be with a beautiful woman and not be in shape. That doesn't make sense. You have to be. Like, I feel like most dudes, they'll get a beautiful woman and just stop working out. But then
just because you have a girl doesn't mean you stop trying.
Indeed, that's stupid. Especially that. Like, don't stop.
Do you want to feel like shit walking around? Or do you want to feel like a man?
I will say that working out and being in shape is like one of the many parts. But it is like one of the top 3 most crucial parts you need to like have a beautiful woman. Like, if you are not in shape, you are setting your relationship up for failure. And I don't want to sound like a relationship guru. I'm only speaking from my experience. But if you are going to be with a beautiful woman, like, I wouldn't even say like I don't like to call women bitches, but like beautiful women, you got to be in shape. It's not, it literally, like, when I see a woman with a fat, out of shape dude, I instantly think money. Like, or either he's doing everything or she's got to have like another dude on the side. She's got to. It's always either another dude on the side, he's a super provider or what women consider a real man, and she's getting cracked down. Or like the third one, she's getting cracked down by a dude that's in shape. I'm telling you, it does not fail. And I'm telling you, like, bro, and it's a different thing. Like, not even women, just like men treat you with respect. Like, you walk around, like, people respect you more when they see that, like, you're in shape. Like, okay, this man has the discipline to wake up and do what he needs to do.
I always thought about this one, though. If you're a guy in the gym, but then you find a girl at the gym, little gym rat relationship, do you ever think you ever think it's a red flag? Because that girl, before you guys even started talking and dating, she has been in the gym getting herself ready, and she's probably looking good for all these other dudes. So now you're in a gym rat relationship, but it's been a red flag. Like this girl has been pleasing other men before you.
Man,
So now you could be at work, and then your girlfriend gym rat is in the gym pleasing other men just like she was before you guys started. What do you guys think? Gym rat relationship. What is that good or bad?
y'all can answer that, but I've only dated the one woman I've dated at a gym. Man, I can't even tell y'all what happened, but I can't do that shit again. Look, but like my girl, she goes to the gym, but like we don't go together. I didn't meet my girl at the gym. I met her at a mall, but I shot my shot.
You should tell the people.
No, I'm not telling them.
No. When we went to post,
Oh, bro.
and we walked in, took the shirt off, and we were just doing pull-ups, muscle ups.
bro.
Everyone was just like looking.
No, I'll tell this story. I'll tell it.
We made the presence.
Bro, so we went to this one gym and we got kicked out. We got kicked out of this one gym because, so like, we walk around and, you know, like, we trying to do like pull-ups and muscle-ups. We look around and, like, I see this one dude walking out without a shirt and I'm like, okay, like, can we work out without a shirt on? And I'm like, okay. And then we ask around, we find some dude that speaks English. He goes, yeah, I mean, no rule saying you can't. So obviously, you know, two sexy men who work out, we take our shirts off. So, you know, we doing that, we going all that and shit, and we working out. And like, bro, when I tell you women was looking, like you had one chick, it was like she was there with her boyfriend. And like this dude, like I said, I don't like to disrespect him, but like he wasn't the best in shape. And like she's looking and like you look at her and she's like, this woman is beautiful. And like, but you know me, I'm a very respectful person. Like I like to admire the waterfall from a distance. Like, okay, she seems to be in a relationship. I'm not gonna intrude on that. I'll be like, you're beautiful. I think you're beautiful, but you're in a relationship. I'm gonna respect your relationship. So, you know, we're working out. And like, you know, you have women coming up talking to us. You got dudes coming up talking. Like we were doing some crazy ass workouts that day too. And dudes coming up and talking, women coming up and talk to us. And like this same woman, it's like bro, I'm telling you, women are always watching, bro. She purposely puts herself in positions for us to like see her. Like she kept getting in front of like the pull-up bars. She kept getting in like the little, what's that shit called? Like the bent over row machine. She was literally in front of us the whole time. And like you have all these other women coming around us. They're like doing all this stuff. You got men, you got even dudes wanting to like, hey man, like how do you get like that? Like what do you eat? And like you always know, like it's haters, and like the man's biggest downfall is always gonna be the poom poom. Like you already know, it's always gonna be poom poom, bro. And you know, like some of the dudes, they girlfriends, and then they looking, and you know, the one dude, and keep in mind the one dude I just said, who we knew that was his girl. She was like trying to get a picture with you or some, and I guess he didn't like that. Cause like they found out like you were famous and like they were like, oh yeah, so she was fanned out. So pretty much she was fanned out. Next thing you know, I see the dude storm off like he's grabbing her. Then he's like, yada yada yada. I guess he yelled at her. I don't know what happened. Next thing you know, I see him storm off to the front, and the woman comes back over. She comes back over, and then
don't be a snitch.
Yeah, don't be a snitch, man. She comes back over, and then next thing you know. We get like the manager or whoever was at the front desk, that whatever girl that was. She's like, oh, you got to put a shirt on or you got to leave or all this. And like, you got to keep in mind, we have been working out for almost an hour and a half with no shirt on. And now you're telling us to do this because this dude's girl. I'm like, hey man, if this don't make you believe it, that will. Your girl is always looking, bro. It don't matter how freaking, I'm a real man, I'm a super provider, I do all this, bro. At the end of the day, man, women, I'm not saying, I don't want to sound like a red pill person, but it's true to a statement if I've seen it for myself. If you truly believe that you could be with a beautiful woman and not be in shape, I think you are mentally insane. You are mentally insane.
I think the one thing about overseas, the one thing I just don't like, there's soft people that don't like shirtless people.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was going to say shirtless people, but it's the shirtless, jacked dudes.
They don't like.
Like if I was overweight, shirtless, running around, I don't feel like
We've
anybody.
gotten
I don't
complaints
think
about
anybody
that,
would say
too.
anything. But I'm over here just running shirtless, doing a workout, which is normal in the States. You could do that, but it's just people don't like it. It's insecurity.
Yeah, we've gotten complaints about that, but like people are like, oh, they're running around with their shirts off, and I'm like,
But
obviously in the States you can do that, but
I'm not hating. It's cool. I know what's underneath my shirt. I'm cool.
exactly. I feel like it should motivate you, like, cause I don't feel like I'm disrespectful to people.
I feel like if you work hard for your body, go ahead.
yeah, you should show your body off.
freaking show
There's
it.
nothing wrong with that. I feel like people be like, oh, he's just flexing. I've been told by people.
I'm not running around shirtless being like, oh dang, he's fat. Look how fat he is.
Yeah,
but
I'm not doing
look at me, all good looking shit.
I've been told by people that like, oh, look at Harris or look at Flex who called me that. He like, look at him showing off his pretty boy muscles. Like, I know it's slick hate. I know what it is. It's slick hate. Like, oh, he's showing off. He just trying to get attention and all that. I'm like, bro, I worked hard for my body. I was a fucking twig. Why the fuck? Like, of course I'm gonna show off my body. Don't get mad at me because I put the work in. You should get your fat ass up or your scrawny ass up and go to the gym and get in the same position. Maybe if you feel that same sense of confidence I feel in myself, maybe you would understand why I post this, why I'm in the sauna for 20 minutes and then I post a picture and your girl under my picture like, ooh, you look so good. I wish you was my man. Like, that's not my fault.
Man, you know how many
Right here, but we gonna talk about the supplements. But right here, we have lion's mane. It's in Russian. I don't know what the fuck this shit says, but it has worked for me for the past few days. But pretty much it helps with like mental focus, clarity. It even enhances your workout and sexual performance, surprisingly.
I can't sleep on lion's mane.
Yeah. Hey, okay, that shit wakes you the fuck up. But also we have
I brought peanut butter and Nutella. Stuff that you probably use on a daily, but what is healthier? Do you think Nutella is healthy? I would tell you what's in here, but it is Russian, and I have no idea what the hell this is in Russian. But knowing what's in the States, added sugars, worst thing possible. Always look at your nutrition labels. Nutella is literally just sugar. It's just sugar. There's no benefits to this damn thing. It's just ice cream on your damn bread in the morning that you think is healthy. Peanut butter. Make sure when you turn it over, it moves. Jif, if you turn Jif bottle over, that peanut butter is not going to move. You need the natural liquids to fall.
Yeah, it should have like liquid at the top if it's been sitting there for a while.
Peanut butter should move.
Yes, it should be. Like you trying to fucking sculpt that shit out to make a damn sculpture.
If you put a knife in the jar of peanut butter and it just sticks, does not move, that is bad to go. If you put a spoon or knife in a jar and the spoon sinks or freaking moves, like you're good. Like that's natural. Do not do the fake stuff.
Don't do that.
No, because trans fat, that fat is so hard to get rid of. That is the fat that is keeping your body from looking good. Your abs are not going to be visible with trans fat. And that stuff is hard to get rid of.
I would say with peanut butter, like that was a part of the reason I put on like so much muscle. Like I was literally eating jars of natural peanut butter.
But be careful how much you eat of natural peanut butter. It is full of calories. Like 2 tablespoons is 120 calories. 120 calories. Correct me if I'm wrong. Probably 210 probably.
I don't know how I was eating because I wanted to gain weight.
But tablespoons is small. Like, think about that. You're taking in that many calories. But you will get jacked if you're working out, running, and still eating that much peanut butter. Like, keep that in mind. But sugar, of course, some people with different body types, whatever. But if you're slow metabolism, like, you got to know your body. Yes, I'm not going to tell you to not eat this. Like, I did a nutrition class and became a certified nutritionist at a young age, and they always told us you can't force people not to eat something, but you can point them in the right direction.
True that.
And I'm pointing you in the right direction right now.
But if you want to gain weight, these two, right? Well, not really this one, but this is helpful for.
Hey, pre-workout, that is the stuff that gets me going. You see me flipping on bars, jumping on bars. That is the stuff.
Yes, this right here, pre-workout. But if you want to gain muscle, creatine is gonna be your best friend. It's some even in here already, but I still add like a little tiny teaspoon into my pre-workout. And I was also taught by someone to put creatine in your protein shake, and I blend it up with peanut butter, bananas. I drink Mass Gainer. I use the Mass Gainer, peanut butter, bananas, honey, collagen, and a little bit of ice to like make it chilly because I like my smoothies to be cold.
When you do first take creatine, you'll probably be like me. Like I freak out because like creatine made me gain like 5 to 10 pounds within 1 week, and it's just water weight that's in your body. But like still, like it freaks you out a little bit if you are trying to like cut and still trying to look good. But like first 2 weeks of creatine, you will gain a lot of weight. So that's the one thing I had to learn. And yeah, I did not know that my pre-workout had creatine in it, and literally take it every day. So, like, it just makes sense now, and I actually have no issues. Like, the performance of pre-workout, like, in my daily workouts is insane. Like, I definitely recommend some type of pre-workout. Obviously, if you really want to be healthy, because there is, like, sweeteners and stuff that they use in pre-workout, but for caffeine reasons, you can, if you like coffee, like black coffee, no sugar, go ahead. Like, I'm not stopping you, but pre-workout is the move.
True that, true that. Yeah. But yeah, I would say something else I use if I don't feel like taking pre-workout is the pre-workout pills by Animal. He actually put me onto the vitamins that you use, but they also have a pre-workout pump. Pretty much it's everything you need for like pre-workout, like creatine, nitric oxide, things like in that nature, so that way you can have a way better performance. I took this one time and I could hear my heartbeat. So
Vitamins, I can't stress this enough. Vitamins are so damn important. Even if you're not working out, like, I can guarantee you, if you guys go a month of just eating food that you buy at the store, you are missing some type of mineral, vitamins, something of that nature. You are missing something, and you probably don't know. And that vitamin is probably keeping you from your metabolism going faster, losing weight. Like, if you can hit all the wickets and all your vitamins are in your system, which taking these vitamin packets, like, you're hitting everything. And I like one thing I learned, like zinc and magnesium. Like, if you don't have that, like, you're not gonna gain muscle. You're not gonna lose fat. Like, there's like so many like little things you can learn about. Like, I'm not even a freaking expert on it, but it's just like the little things. But taking your vitamins once or twice a day, like, pretty much keeps you safe, and then you can go about your day if you only eat one meal or whatever. But yes, veggies, meat source, protein source, all that stuff is something that you need to keep in mind. Because you do not want to start burning muscle and just doing stuff that you don't want your body to do.
but yeah, but we appreciate y'all for listening in today. Pretty much, like I say, hit all the things. Flex got the water. I got the water, but I can't make you drink it. This is push-up proof. Thank y'all for listening, watching, or if you see this on Instagram Reels or something, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bruh.
Peace.